Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Buzz Lightyear from the new Disney Mirrorverse line from McFarlane Toys. This is a new line of figures based on an app game. If we take a look over here on the back, you can see it says Battle to Defend the Mirrorverse. It's available on the App Store and Google Play. So it's a neat new game with a kind of reimagining of a lot of characters. There's Jack Sparrow, there's Sully, there's Mickey as the apprentice from Fantasia, and a couple other characters. And we just have this kind of gigantic, massive Buzz Lightyear. He looks really cool. I found this today at Target, and I've never had a McFarlane Toys figure before, so this is kind of my first foray into that. But he looks fantastic. It's just a really neat kind of reimagining of Buzz Lightyear, and I'm really excited for it. A lot of the figures in this line look really neat, so depending on how this one goes, I might pick up a couple others. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. He's got his backpack, he's got some wings in the background, a lot of stuff going on with this guy, so I'm really excited. Packaging looks really nice. Over here on the side, you have a nice picture of Buzz. Over here, another picture of Buzz, and then you kind of have that nice picture of them all in shadow here on the back. And you can see that there's two other versions of Jack Sparrow. Now, I'm assuming fractured support. This guy's marked as ranged, so I'm assuming that has something to do with the game. Probably different attributes they have, and I guess they come with cards as well, so maybe there's even something we can do with the cards with this, which is kind of neat. So without further ado, I'm going to get everything out of the box here, and we'll take a closer look. So here he is out of the packaging, and he looks pretty good. He's very top heavy though, because the backpack and everything is very heavy, and the backpack comes as a separate piece and you have to connect it onto the back, which is a little problematic. It's very difficult to get everything to line up. There's kind of a little connection port here on each shoulder. There's a large kind of oval sized peg right behind on the back, and then there's these little pieces here that click into this purple belt that goes around the back. And this one I could not get, like as much as I tried, I really could not get that to snap in anymore. I think it's in, I don't think it's going anywhere. But it was a little difficult to really get that to peg in. And then you pop the wings in, and you can take them in and out if you prefer. At first I had them in upside down, so make sure when you're putting them in, this is the direction that they're supposed to go in. You might think that the wings would actually go, from the top upward, but they slope down like this. But overall, he really looks nice. He's got a lot of nice molded in detail, a lot of points of articulation. I have a couple like little paint flubs on mine. You can see that there's a little bit of purple here on the hand. And then there was another spot, I think it's been covered up by the backpack, where there was like a little bit of paint smudging, so that's not too bad. But the detail on the chest looks really cool. You have the Space Ranger logo there. You can see it says Lightyear. Here's the button to pop out his wings. He's got the laser mounted here on his wrist. The head sculpt looks really good. I like that a lot. So the head is kind of on a large ball joint, and this can kind of move all the way around in here, so you can kind of tilt side to side, front to back. You can certainly look side to side, which is nice. You have shoulders that have a hinge, as well as a rotation. They feel a little loose, but not problematic. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. He's got these little thrusters on the back of his bicep that you can kind of move back and forth. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a hinge here in the elbow, and then there is a rotation where the forearm meets the elbow, so right underneath the elbow you can move that around. For the wrists, you have a swivel and a hinge, so you can kind of move the hand up and down and then rotate that around. This one over here is a little bit further away from the body, so you can see a little bit better, but you can see the movement there, and then the hinge up and down. The hinge up and down, I'm a little wary, like I don't want to break it or anything like that, but you can certainly spin it around, no problem. He's got an ab crunch here. This kind of goes back and forth, as you can see. And then you have a spin here at the waist. This one also feels like if I tug on it too much, it's going to break. It might even be a ball joint down there. I think it's a ball joint where at the waist. But I don't know. That one feels a little, a little problematic. I'm a little wary of that. And it might just be because of the kind of diaper thing that they have going on here as a softer rubber. So just be a little careful with that. But again, nice paint down here on the belt and the emblem and everything. You have movement here. Well, that's the sound of the bass. I'll take that off for now. But we can move the leg back and forth. Nice ratchets out to the side. You can kind of hear those. You have a thigh swivel. You have a nice kind of ratcheted knee joint there. For the ankle, you have a little bit of tilt. You can see you have a foot movement there for the toe, which I always hit when I'm trying to move the whole foot. But it goes back and forth a little bit. And I think you can get a tilt out of it. Not much, but it's a little limited. But again, just the backpack is so heavy that you kind of have to be a little careful. And they do give you a display stand, which you can peg into the foot, which really helps because he's so top heavy. but he does look pretty cool. Now, if you want to pop the wings out, they just kind of go like this. So you just kind of peg them back into there. So you're just going to take this and just kind of pop it in and then wedge it in until it kind of clicks into place. So I think he looks cool. I like him a lot. Really like the design. The color scheme is great. Go ahead and peg the stand back into his foot. And it's a little difficult, but you can kind of do a thing where you peg it in and then kind of, you know, twist it side to side, and then I kind of spin it around to be underneath him, which does help. But he kind of like leans to one side. It's really just because he's so top heavy. Like, this guy's just so bulky in the top and not so much in the bottom. But he can at least hold his weight. He's not going to fall over or anything like that. So yeah, I think he's pretty cool. I like him a lot. You kind of get the laser firing there. These little thrusters on the back, I don't really feel like I need them. It's nice that they articulate, but most of the time you end up just kind of hitting them as you're moving other stuff around. Real quick, here is the card that he comes with. So you can see it says Mirrorverse Buzz Lightyear Ranged. And then on the back here, he has kind of stats. So again, I don't know if you can actually play a card just with the figures or play a game with just the figures in the card, or if you have to use the app as well, or maybe it all works together. I'm not really sure. But you have a little bio for him as well. So these are kind of fun to collect. So get one of these, I'm assuming, with each figure. But yeah, he looks cool. I like him a lot. Like I said, this is definitely, like, I would think, the definitive Buzz Lightyear figure for what's available right now. I don't know too much about what's going on with Toy Story. I remember I had some Toy Story toys way back in the day when the movies first came out. They were kind of a little bit more basic action figures, but those were pretty good. Now, the only thing I miss the bubble. He doesn't have the dome, so there's nothing like that. There would really be no way for it to retract, so it would have to be like a separate piece, and I understand why they just didn't bother with it. But yeah, overall, I think he's got good articulation. I think he's got good paint applications. The base is very much appreciated because he's so top heavy. So I appreciate that they included that. Negatives, I mean, you know, he doesn't really have accessories, but I think Buzz didn't really have accessories, so I don't think it would make sense to include accessories with him. I mean, he has the wings, which is really all you need. His laser is mounted there on the forearm, so you don't really have to worry about that. But yeah, I would say the only things that were kind of problematic was getting the backpack attached, but once that's on there, it seems to be on there pretty good. Attaching the wings on and off is really not too bad. Yeah, overall, I like him. I think he's got good articulation. I wish he had a little bit more movement in the like foot area, but you can get it to work. As you can see, he stands pretty well. Like I said, the arms feel a little loose, but I think it's just the nature of how it's pegged into the body. I don't think it's a problem. I think that's just they wanted to give you a little bit of movement there. And like I said, the hinges work well, and the rotation works really well. So I think he's cool. This was $20, $19.99 at Target, so I believe that's what the Wave is going to cost for the line. It's a typical 6-inch figure, so in scale with any other 6-inch figures that you might have. But yeah, he's cool. Definitely bulky, but I like him a lot. I think it's a really cool take on the character. Overall, I think he's pretty fun. So like I said, might be checking out a little bit more of this line. We'll see what other ones come down the pike. There's like a Sully with crazy battle armor, which looks kind of neat. I might check that one out. But yeah, overall, I think he's pretty fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.